Hey guys, welcome back to Jordan Samuel Skin Talks. How you doing? Cheers. Same martini. I've asked you if you believe me so many times that you best believe. I mean, look, same sweat. Sweating, it's hot in Seattle. Okay, today, short video. I say that. Why do I say that? This video is gonna be an hour and a half. I'm going to touch on the reformulation process. I've touched on it a bit on Tuesday Talks. I've touched on it a bit in the YouTube videos and in a blog on why with the noise, always with the noise outside. I'm sorry, it's just real life in a city. It didn't matter where I'd be filming, you'd hear the noise. So I've seen people comment comparing like lists of ingredients, and this is actually not just for our brand. This is for every brand, and I can't speak to exactly what they're doing. I can speak to what we're doing, but it's people without a background in formulation just looking at words saying it's not the same at all. What a bummer. Could not be further from the truth in our case. In our case, we've actually improved the formulations, but things I wanted to give notes on and be transparent as possible on is, for instance, going into the EU, you need to have a certain shelf-stable product, a certain amount of years, which requires a certain amount of preservation. Great, fine. However, they also require that certain ingredients be under certain, you can find all of this if you want to geek out. I don't want to give you the details of all of it. You can find it online. But you know, there's certain things that can't be over a certain percentage and yada, yada, yada. So it's like piecing this puzzle together. And then of course it's a product that I want to stand behind. So if my skin doesn't tolerate a preservative or a product, we have to keep going back to the drawing board, which we did in every instance, basically. With that, I've seen people be like, this is totally different. There's all these extra ingredients. For instance, in one of the products, and again, I'm not gonna like try to like call anything out here because it'll be alarmist and people will be like, ah. One ingredient, which was a preservative, was replaced by another preservative system that we have found to be better and gentler on the skin. But one ingredient is replaced by 4 different ingredients. It's EU certified, it works great on the skin, but it's not changing the formula at all. We're simply changing the preservative system, and it's one ingredient. So again, there's not a direct swap. It's not like you change the preservative system, it's one preservative for one preservative. It doesn't work like that. So case in point, that would be one of them. Two, if you feel like a product's a little bit different, yeah, we're using different suppliers now, better suppliers, more consistent suppliers with botanical extracts, with peptides, with everything that's retinol and things that are in our product is now a consistent supplier, which is lovely and awesome. Two, another thing you see is things have to be listed differently in the EU. So something that is acceptable in the US cannot be listed that way in the EU, including ingredients that are in such trace amounts that they don't have to be on the ingredient list in the US, but do have to be in the EU. And when we say trace amounts, again, we're not talking 1%, we're talking like trace amounts that are almost not detectable in the formula, but because by science it is in the formula, that has to be. You know, for instance, like with essential oils, in the US you could technically just put lavender oil, say, and in the EU you have to break down, you know, you'll see all those chemicals that come from essential oils on a lot of lists. That's EU ingredient listing. So that's not required in the US, totally acceptable to just be lavender oil. In the EU, you have to break down all those things that occur in it naturally. So you're gonna see that too. So again, some changes you're seeing just because the formula actually, that part of the formula hasn't been tweaked. There's just been EU regulations that we have to list things that way. Then you have the other thing, which is the preservative situation, which I talked about. And it could be it could be emulsifiers too. It could be we've decided to change one ingredient and it's not a swap of 1 for 1, it could be 1 for 4. It's not changing it that drastically. It's making it better, but that's what that swap is. And 3, some things have to be listed, you know, different Latin names. Some things require that it's a Latin and an English name. Some require that it's just the Latin name. And then some too are being changed just because they are better. A better ingredient, a better emulsifier, a better delivery system. So those are the things that we've personally worked with, and I know firsthand that other brands have worked with it too, in terms of changing formulas. So it is frustrating when people comment about like how this is totally different. It's not. Again, how Caroline Hirons talks about formula is king. You can't look at the back of something and that doesn't mean anything. I should say that doesn't tell the whole story. Again, 4 ingredients replacing 1 to do the same thing. It's not taking up any of the formula, it's just a different process, different suppliers, ways ingredients have to be listed, whether Latin or English or both. Ways ingredients have to be listed, US to EU regulations, and then you just have the simple like improving things just to improve them, obviously. So I wanted to clear that up with a lot of, especially as we go into the EU, we only have now with everything up and ready, the only thing we have left to get up is the Hydrate Facial Serum, and then everything else going here on out, we are going to be labeling and formulating as we are going to be in the EU. So we'll be doing that. So there won't be any changes to the ingredient list, even if they stay the same. We might still reformulate. Obviously, I'm always looking to make things better as possible for the customer. And remember, I'm not the customer, but I'm also the customer. So when I reformulate, I got to like it. So it's going to be better. And that's why I love doing these videos and I love talking to you, because this isn't a big corporation just doing things for whatever reason. I want to use it and I want to love it and I want my skin to be better too, because I really like skincare and that's why I'm in the skincare industry and that's why I'm a facialist. And so yeah, it's going to be better. I promise you that. That I can promise you. It might be different. So, you know, if there's a sensitivity or an allergy, that's an unfortunate issue that might happen. It is going to be different, but the intent is for it to be better. So with that being said, I hope you're having a wonderful July. I hope you're getting some safe sun, and I hope you guys are you traveling anywhere fun? Tell me in the comments below. This year I got to go to Jalapa, Mexico, which was lovely and amazing. And Jalapa, Mexico, and Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, I love you, but it was not Sicily and it was not Capri, and Capri is my like heaven on earth. So next summer, hopefully. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Till next time, bye.